What have my beloved to do in mine house, seeing she hath wrought lewdness with many, and the holy flesh is passed from thee? When thou doest evil, then thou rejoicest. When they do evil, they happy. They love to do evil. They feel satisfied. The Most High called thy name a green olive tree, Israel, fair and of goodly fruit, with the noise of a great turmoil. He hath kindled fire upon it, and the branches of it are broken. He broke the branches up. But we was a green, beautiful olive tree. For the Most High power of hosts, of armies, that planted thee, that pronounced evil against thee, for the evil of the house of Israel and of the house of Judah, which they have done against themselves, to provoke me to anger and offering incense unto Baal. That's worshiping all these different idols unto this day. That's why we got to come out of it, brothers and sisters. Just Israel, though. I go to Isaiah, the 30th chapter. Isaiah 30 and 1. Woe to the rebellious children. You've got to repent. Saith the Most High, that take counsel, they take counsel. They listen to everything under the sun, but not of me. And that cover with the covering, you covering yourself up. Nobody see me. You don't see me. But not of my spirit. The true Holy Spirit. That they may add sin to sin. See? They may add sin to sin. Verse 9. That this is rebellious people. Lying children. A bunch of liars. I mean, our people are, they so sick about it, they'll lie and believe a lie. Knowing they lie, start believing it. He said lying children. Rebellious and lying children. Children that will not hear the law of the Most High. Because what they say, without the law, we have mercy and grace. But how are you not going to follow the rules and regulations of the Most High and think the Most High going to be there for you? So if you ain't following his laws, he said he's not your power. He done gave you over to Satan. That this is rebellious people, lying children. Children that will not hear the law of the Most High, which say to the seers, see not, don't look at us. And to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speaking of us smooth things, prophesy deceits, tell us lies. You've been lying to us, don't change. That's why these pastors, they can't change their story. They done lied to these people all this time. And you know, just like we can seek out the pastors, everybody's on the internet now. You can see the pastors, what they teaching and what they bringing forth, or TV. Speaking smooth words. Prophesy deceits. Say, get you out of the way. Turn aside out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Want him to just disappear. Don't even deal with us. We don't want to hear nothing from the Most High. This, therefore, thus said the Most High power, the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression of perverseness and stay thereon, you depend on your knowledge, wisdom, understanding come from the oppressor that's oppressing you, and perverseness that this world is bringing forth. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach, ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant, thrown from a high wall. He gonna smash it. And he shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces. That's how he gonna break you. Throw you from a high wall and throw you down. And break you in pieces. He shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting of it assured to take fire from the earth, or to take water with it all out of the pit, because it's going to be all broken. You're going to have nothing to hold nothing in. But thus said the Most High power. Listen to this closely, verse 15. But thus said the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest shall ye be saved. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength, and ye would not. They won't even do it. So I'm going to give you rest. I'm going to give you a chance that you don't have to worry about anything. You have to be concerned about nothing, because all the nations are going to work for you. You think Israel cared about that? Nope. They found a way to still be wicked. So I said, don't be wicked. Be righteous in my eyes, and I will bless you to be above all the nations. Look, go to Deuteronomy 6. And verse 24. And the Most High commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear the Most High our power, for our good always, that he might preserve us alive, as it is all at this day. And it shall be our righteousness, these laws shall be our righteousness, if we observe to do all these commandments before the Most High our power, as he has commanded us. This is our righteousness, to keep his commandments. But Israel want to find some other way out, always looking for another way out. Isaiah 31:6. Turn ye unto him from whom the children of Israel have deeply revolted. Got to turn back to him. He's going deeper and deeper into how we have rebelled against him, deeply revolted against him. For in that day every man shall cast away his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which your own hands have made unto you for a sin, and cast them away. It's getting nearer and nearer. It's our time. Don't wait till Jacob's trouble is revealed so heavily that you can't do anything. It's too late for you. That's why it's time to come back now, before it's too late, while you have opportunity. Jeremiah 3:12. Jeremiah 3:12. Go and proclaim these words toward the north, and say, return, thou backsliding Israel, said the Most High, and I will not cause mine anger to fall upon you, for I am merciful, said the Most High, and I will not keep anger forever. You got to turn back to him, Lord. Only acknowledge thine iniquity. That's why he said he's going to go to his place till we acknowledge our offense. Acknowledge our iniquity, what we have done wrong. But how are you going to acknowledge what you have done wrong if you feel you haven't done wrong and you feel that you don't have to follow the Most High because you have to follow his laws, statutes, commandments? That's what you're saying. He said, only acknowledge thine iniquity, that thou hast transgressed against the Most High, thy power, and hast scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree, and ye have not obeyed my voice, said the Most High. We haven't obeyed his voice. That's what he's saying as a nation of people. Turn, O backsliding children, he said the Most High, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion. That's what he says he's going to do. One of a city and two of a family. He's going to bring us to Zion. Jump up to verse 21. A voice was heard upon the high places, weeping and supplication of the children of Israel, where they have perverted their way and have forgotten the Most High power, their power, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Forgotten him. Return, you backsliding children, and I will heal your backslidings. Behold, we come unto thee, but thou art the Most High, our power. Truly is salvation hoped for from the hills, and from the multitude of mountains, all these different kingdoms where he scattered us in. Truly is in the Most High, our power is the salvation of Israel. For shame have devoured the labor of our fathers from our youth. Their flocks and their herds, their sons and their daughters, all of it taken away from us. We lie down in our shame, and our confusion covereth us. But we have sinned against the Most High, our power, over and over again, sinning, transgressing the Most High's laws. And you think it's not important? We and our fathers, from our youth, even unto this day, and have not obeyed the voice of the Most High, our power. That's why we're the condition we're in now, brothers and sisters. That's why we got to come out. Come back to him so we can be blessed. And the only way you're going to be blessed is do what he say do. Most High told us this in John 6, verse 39. And this is the Father's will which has sent me, that of all which he hath given me, I should lose nothing, but should raise it up again at the last day. So you're going to lose none of those that the Most High has given him. And this is the will of him that sent me, that every one which seeth the Son and believeth on him may have everlasting life, and I will raise him up at the last day. That's where I hope you want to be. Hope you want to be raised up in this last day. Because he said, look at 1 Thessalonians, the 4th chapter. In the 16th verse, for the Most High, Mashiach himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel and the trump of the Most High, and the dead who have died by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua shall rise first. So you're going to raise them up in the last day. They're going to rise first. Those that have died, Yahweh Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, going to rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds, in the chariots of the Most High, what the white man call a UFO, unidentified flying objects. We call them identified flying objects, IFOs. They're the chariots of the Most High, to meet the Most High while Mashiach Yahushua in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Most High while Mashiach Yahushua. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. See, if you want to be there, you got to make sure that you're doing the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, so you're worthy to be there. Otherwise, you're going to be here on the earth. If you're on this earth, that judgment come upon this earth that's coming down, that the Mashiach of the Shai say you're going to destroy this place in 1 hour, then where you going to be at? Look, Revelation 11 and 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying, as we just read, unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, which is a vehicle, a chariot of the Most High. And their enemies beheld them. Our enemies going to see us going up in these chariots. The chariots coming to get us and take us up. And our enemies going to see this. Listen, and the same hour was there a great earthquake, and be destruction upon this earth. And the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were frightened and gave glory to the Most High power of heaven. Oh yeah. This is what's going to happen. That's destruction. How long it's going to take for that destruction of Revelation 18 and 10. Standing, all these merchants and all these different ones that have lived deliciously with America, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, seeing America burn, and all these places that he's going to burn up. saying the last, that great city Babylon, that great city America, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. 1 hour. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buy her merchandise anymore. See? She's going to be rewarded. Why? Because verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Amos 9 and 8. Amos 9 and 8. Most High remember her iniquities. Behold, the eyes of the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are upon the sinful kingdom. America's a very sinful kingdom. And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. He just said it will take an hour to do it. Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. You're not going to utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Most High. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. That's where we're scattered, among all nations. Like as corn is sifted in the sieve, yet shall not the least, which is the 1/3, rain fall upon the earth. 1/3 is not going to fall upon the earth. We're going to be in the chariots that we just read. Most High will, if you continue and endure unto the end. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us, because we saved. He said, hey, all the sinners, remember they're not under the law, but they're under mercy and grace. And they come back and say, we all have sinned and come short of the glory of the Most High. They say that, but then what is sin? The transgression of the law. So I'm saying, when you look at these things, you have them cornered. But you got to know these scriptures. You got to have these scriptures in mind when you deal. Because so you got to meditate on this day and night, that they can be in your mind. You be able to communicate with people. See, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. And if you're not doing the right things in the eyes of the Most High, get it. Get it. It's just a temporary consolation, no matter how you look at it. It's a temporary consolation. See, our people don't want to believe. Habakkuk 2. That's why he's going to destroy this place. Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. The just shall live by his faith. You got to believe on the Most High. But see, his soul that's within him is not upright in him. Verse 5. Yeah, also, because he transgresses by wine, his influence on everyone in the world. He is a proud man. Neither keeps at home. He ain't at home. He got his military everywhere. Who enlarges his desire as hell everywhere he goes. Is as hell. He bringing demonocracy. The ruler of the devil. That's all it is. Because how did they get their power? Satan showed the Mashach Shai all the kings of the world and said, all it shall be thine if you do what? Bow down and worship me. Say, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gathers unto him all nations. What kingdom is this? That gathers in himself all nations, every nation, a great melting pot of nations, and heave upon him all people. Listen, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his. I mean, he wasn't satisfied, coming to America and getting the little land that he could have gotten. Now, he went from the East Coast to the West Coast, the North, the South, took all the Western Hemisphere and all the different lands of the world that he can get his hands on. So shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him? Like when they go to soccer matches, they say, go home, great Satan, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his. How long? And to him that laden himself with thick clay. You ain't us. Clay is what? Red. You ain't got us skin. You can say whatever. They talk about it ain't about color, but it's about their color. You ain't red or so-called white, and you can beep all you want to.